Kraken and Pegasus, from the book of Mythical Beasts and Magical Creatures, written by Stephen Krensky, illustrated by Pham Quang Phuc. Kraken, sea monster from Norse mythology that terrorizes sailors. Long ago, for sailors in icy northern waters, the worst possible fate was an attack from the deadly sea monster, the Kraken. Before the 16th century, the Kraken was known as an island monster due to its immense size. 800 years ago, another similar creature that was also large enough to look like an island had been written about in an Icelandic saga. This monster was named Hafgufa. According to many sailors' accounts, the Kraken was a very real creature. In fact, it was spotted so regularly that the Swedish biologist Linnaeus included the Kraken, as he called it, in the first edition of his work of 1735, in which he classified living things. It was, however, removed from later editions. While in later reports the Kraken was no longer island-sized, it was still as tall as the main mast on a ship, and now more closely resembled a giant squid. With its mighty tentacles, a Kraken could easily grab onto the hull and pull a ship down into the water, where the sailors would meet an untimely death. It is said that the Kraken only surfaces when it has been disturbed, which is why it often seems to be in a bad mood. If the Kraken could be observed when it is minding its own business, sailors might have come away with a different impression. But until that becomes possible, the legendary Kraken will remain the most feared creature of the deep. Pegasus, immortal winged horse of ancient Greek mythology. The first unusual thing about Pegasus was that he was a winged horse. The second was that his father was the sea god Poseidon, and his mother the monster Medusa. The third was that he was born in an unusual way. After his pregnant mother was beheaded, he sprang from her neck. Pegasus was a wild horse at first, belonging to no one and flying wherever he wished. He inherited one key ability from his father. If he struck his hoof in the ground, a stream of water would rush from the spot. Later, the Greek hero Bellerophon tamed Pegasus with the help of a magical golden bridle. Together they slayed many terrible monsters. This was bad for the monsters, but not so good for Bellerophon either, because his successes made him arrogant. Believing himself to be equal to the gods, he rode Pegasus up toward the gods' home on Mount Olympus. This angered Zeus, the king of the gods, and he caused Bellerophon to fall to his death in the sea. After that, Pegasus made his way to Olympus and lived in Zeus's stables. For many years, he pulled Zeus's mighty chariot, and he was eventually rewarded for his long service. Zeus transformed Pegasus into stars and placed them as a constellation in the sky.